Greetings, hope you are all doing really well and welcome back to tonight's live show. Lots coming up tonight and it's lovely to see so many of you in already and chatting. Really great to see you. We have currently got 21 of you and 9 thumbs up. That's lovely. Cheers guys. And I can see there's tons of comments going by. Hey Mr. Ben Coombs, I'm so glad you made it in tonight. We missed you last week, brother. Hope you're doing really well. Hope you're all doing really well. We'll do a roll call in a moment. But first of all, I just want to let you know what we've got coming up tonight. Only 2 videos for you tonight, but that's cool because they're 2 good ones and 2 pretty short ones. So we've got lots of opportunity to chat about stuff tonight. So that's all good. Obviously, looking at the title of the video, Tube versus Solid State, solved. Not by me, by you guys. Definitely solved this week. I really hope you've enjoyed the idea of doing a subscriber week-long special. Now when I say that, that's because what I've done is I've designed it so that it's for you guys. Those of you that support everything, watch every video and come back time after time. So the great thing is, it's the opportunity for me to put stuff together that follows through the week and then we do the big reveal on the Sunday show. I don't know what you think. I'm sure you'll be telling me, which is really cool. Tonight, I'm on the, let's have a look, the Jam Shed. Yes, I didn't partake heavily last night for the first time on a Saturday in a long time. So yeah, we're on the Jam Shed tonight. There we go. You can see me a little bit better now. Cheers to you all, and here is to your very good health. So what I'm intending to do tonight is, obviously we'll go over and do a roll call in a moment, say hello to the few of you that have joined us. I see there's lots more coming in, and then we'll do, I think we'll go viewers guitars first, viewers collection, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of tonight, which is of course the Katana versus the Engel. Now this caused one heck of a lot of controversy this week, both on the premiere on Tuesday and also in the comments section. So I think actually I've got some justification to do tonight, but I have very good reason for the way that I went about those tests, and I hope that you'll appreciate it when I do give you the full lowdown. So first of all, let's dive over to ChatCam and let's see who we've got in. I'm going to just do the roll call. I think I might pop up and see what people have said, but at the moment, working back to front, we've got Yetimatsi Nightcat, XMG12. You made some good comments. I think you were in one of my videos tonight, brother. William De Silva, Trevor Locke, Tall Thin Kev, Dan from Scott's Guitars, Raxafix, Q, we haven't got any water tonight, Q, we're on the wine. Ole Hansen, good to see you. Walid, MTL, Music Therapy Laz, brother, good to see you. Michael Dutch, oh crikey, I need glasses. Michael Dutchens, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm really sorry, man. I'm terrible. I can barely make it out with my eyes. Mayhem, good to see you. Mark Dalton, good to see you. James Mears, you feature tonight, brother. Jake Lee Guitar, Jack Collins, Hugh Caldwell, Grumpy, Mike and Gary Big G Tollander. Great to see you guys in. Dennis Pointer, Dave Lewis, CJ, me, Budget Guitar Show, The Ben Coombs, BC Rich 581, The Bam Mozzie, and Alan Jackman. Great to see you in, and it's lovely that I have got so many of my I thought you did the test just fine. Well, thank you, brother. I'm very pleased to know that you thought that, man. Excellent. And Sandra, how did I miss Sandra? Sandra's there. And don't know if I said hello to William De Silva either. If I didn't, I do apologise. Really lovely to see you guys. I will just flick back up and see if I can quickly answer any questions that might have come in while we were there. MTL did a what's up, Mike? What's up? Good to see you, bro. William Silver said, hey, Mike, everybody. Good to see you. Trevor Locke says, evening, CGS and everybody else from the very windy northeast of England. Brother, great to see you, man, and I loved your video last week. Grumpy Mike, howdy, Mike. Howdy, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Well, howdy, hey to you as well, my friend. Trevor Locke says, love the picture. That looks... I love the picture. That's the look my wife gives me when I tell her I've ordered another guitar. Okay, I'm with it now. My eyesight, and it's not the wine, I promise you. But she does give you some looks, man. Yeah, T-Mutzy Nightcat says, hey, CGS. Well, hey to you. Scott Guitars, good evening all. Good evening to you. And let's have a quick look. There she is, the beauty, featured on both the videos this week. Thank you so much for that, Dan. Walid, hello, Mike. Hello, everyone. Salut, Walid. Salut, my friend. And CJ saying, hey Mike, hey everyone, how do? Well, how do to you? Budget Guitar Show saying, hey CGS. Jake Lee, Mike, looking good. Love the videos this week. Looking forward to the big reveal tonight. Me too, brother, me too. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys have got to say. Hugh Caldwell, hey Mike. Hey brother. Howdy CGS, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you, Mayhem, and I hope you're very well too, brother. Ben Coombs, hey CGS, yes, conflict on time last week, glad to be back. Well, I'm very glad to have you back as well, brother. So thank you for being here tonight. Ole Hansen, hope you're doing great. Well, I hope you're doing great. Budget Guitar Show, gone all posh on the wine. Oh, I say, gone all posh. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I do like a bit of Jam Shed. Trevor, you should try the Jam Shed. It is actually very nice indeed. It's a little bit gluggable though, so you've got to be careful not to drink too much of the stuff. Bam Mozzie, CGS, howdy and hello to everyone. Oh, it's great. I've got all of my top mods in tonight, which is great. And I've already done hello Nigel. And I've already had the Grumpy Mike saying, I thought you did the test absolutely fine, man. Oh look, there's loads more, sorry. Grandpa Joe, hey, good to see you, brother, lovely to see you. And there he is. What's up with you, Sexy Pants? Love you too. That's the wonderful Aaron from the Orbis Band. Great to see you, brother, love you lots. And also a big shout out to James as well. And shout out to the CGS family, which is all of you guys. What a lovely thing to do. Good shout out there, James. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing your guitars tonight. And I think the next question, by the way, there we go. If you want to grab my attention, you all know the score. Put at CGS if you can. It's nice and easy. I can even do that on my phone if it was, you know, I sometimes struggle when I'm on my phone and put in an at and someone's name. Turns out real tricky, but CGS, so easy. So when's the big reveal of the sub £100 guitar? Well, did I tell you last week that it still hadn't arrived? Well, this week it did. And I don't want to spoil anything because I will be doing a video. What's more, I got dropped off 2 custom guitars on Thursday for me to do a review for you this week. So I'm starting to build up another one of those little backlogs of video stuff to film and get out for you. So it is here though, and I'm looking at a big box and I've got some interesting news about what that box has got printed on it. So great question, Budget Guitar Show. And the answer is, it's here. It is ready. I've been so good. I haven't undone the box or anything. And it's been here since, let me see. I think it arrived on Wednesday and I've held off, and that's half a week. Can you imagine holding on to a guitar unboxing for half a week? But I managed it somehow. So there we go. I'm just going to get down to the bottom. I think this is it. Mike, I bought a Harley Benton 2x12 Vintage Celestion slant cab. Very nice. My buddy Phil McKnight's got one of those. So I can do my own test against the Katana 100 Mark II. Brilliant. I would love to see that, dude. I would so love to see that. Please make sure that you link me the video if you do that and upload it. Awesome. Grumpy Mike said, I wish I had that problem. Yeah, I do count my lucky stars every day, brother, that I have got so much fun stuff to do, and it's great fun doing it for you guys. So yeah, cool. Trevor Locke says, how's the Milton guitar project coming along? Well, we put that on hold for a bit, and we are still just holding back because I've got so much stuff to do. I've got videos that have come from a lot more of your polls online as well that I really want to cover because I think they're going to be fun and interesting. So I'm not shelving the Milton Guitars project. I just think that I need to get round to building, and that's going to mean sorting a few things out. I'm trying to get some space in my garage so that I can start to get a workshop set up. But as you guys know, I do a fair bit of theatre stuff, and I've got a lot of kit in my garage, all locked up in my garage. Most of it is elsewhere, but I need to make some space before I can really get headlong into building guitars. So yeah, thanks for that question though. Let me see. Hope you have better luck than I did with the Paisley. I saw that, Johnny. Yeah, that Paisley, man, awesome video, but terrible. It's got to go back, mate. It's got to go back. Jack Collins, I think you asked this earlier, so I'm going to grab it now, even though you didn't at CGS. I hope it's the new Harley Benton he has with the EMGs on it. I love that idea. Really good idea. Very good idea. Putting the EMGs in it. And I loved Henning's video of that this week as well. If you haven't watched it, check out Henning's review of the 550 with the EMGs in. He sounded awesome. Always does though. Tony Smith says, due to home working, guitar sales have gone through the roof. One good thing to happen because of COVID. Lots of people hopefully practicing more as well. Absolutely. There are always silver linings to those dark grey clouds, my friend, and that definitely is going to be one of them. So let me have a quick butchers. Dave says, Mike, you should have got your wife or daughter to open and check it was okay, just in case. Yeah, maybe, man, maybe. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look and see how many of you are in. We've got 53 of you watching, 25 likes. Tell you what, when we get to 30 likes, we'll go and check out the viewers' guitars, and then straight after that, we will dive straight into the reveal, the big reveal. And so yeah, just chuck me a few more likes, just 5 more, just 5 more likes, and we're there. I'm going to stick on that for the moment, and wait until, well, we got one of them already. I see it's up to 26. And I'll raise a glass to you guys and have a little sip of this while we, 27. Yes, this jam shed is really rather nice. So we've only got 2 of you showing your guitars tonight. And a big thanks to the 2 of you that sent them in, which is Stu again and the wonderful James Mears. We did a James Mears live show, which was really good fun. So we're going to see those guitars as soon as, well, we're over that now, we're up 31. So there you go, you did it guys, you're there, you're right there. So we can dive into those guitars. Guitar hack, hey brother, like, love it, awesome man, awesome. CJ says, isn't it ironic how guitar sales have gone through the roof and people wanting to play more, but rock music seems to be dying. Could this be a signal? Could this signal a new resurgence in the coming years? Absolutely, man. That's what we're hoping. That is absolutely. Oh, sorry, I didn't go back to camera 3. There we go. Should have put that on there. So you've done it. So let's dive in and go and have a look at your guitars for this week. Okay. Okay, first up tonight, Stu has sent us some more pictures of his Harley Bentons and also a Paisley. So in this first pic, we've got the couple of Harley Bentons. There's a 6-string and a 12-string. They're both Ricky style guitars. They look quite cool, very decent looking. There's also a Harley Benton Rickenbacker style bass. Very nice indeed. And finally, he sent us a picture of his Paisley copy of the Rickenbacker style. Now, make of this what you will. Look at those body pictures. Thanks very much for sending these in, Stu. Okay, only 2 tonight, and the second one is from the lovely James Mears. He says, "Hi Mike, some pictures of my guitars attached that are out on wall hangers. He's got about 6 more dotted about the house if you want to include on the Sunday show." He's since peeled off the stickers off the pick guards, he does say. Picture 1 shows a red Fender Player Newporter acoustic guitar. Oh, and yes, he is a left-hander. And the second is a Squier Classic Vibe Strat in tobacco burst. Absolutely beautiful. Picture 2, left to right, is the Chapman ML3 Trans Black string through body, and he says this guitar is so heavy. Next up, we've got a Squier Telly Classic Vibe in butterscotch, one of my favourite colours. A Fender Player Series Strat in white. That's a classic, isn't it? And then an Epiphone Les Paul Heritage Sunburst, and I think that looks really gorgeous as well. And finally, his Yamaha Pacifica 112J in natural wood. And then third picture and final picture for today is his Harley Benton HB35 LX BK Vintage Series, and I really like this in black. Hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Best wishes to you too, James, and thanks so much for sharing your collection with us today. Awesome, there you go. Big thanks to James and to Stu. And what's more, a big thank you to my buddy Music Therapy Laz. That's really kind of you. Bless you, sir. So kind. He says, paying the penance for the hangover and kissing my show this... Oh, I think you've been missing your show this morning. First get together with friends in a year. That is awesome, man, and thank you so much. Always appreciated, never courted, but I do want to give you one of those, my friend. Bless you. Thank you very much indeed, and I'm also going to raise a glass, well, a sip of wine to you, my friend. We enjoyed a beer together at NAMM, and now I'm going to raise my glass to you. Thank you so much. And my goodness, no sooner has that occurred than my dear friend, Mr. Grumpy Mike. He says, I just love helping to support my favourite YouTube channels. So for the tone jar, or as I always put it, a pint, your choice, and why not? Cheers. Well, brother, thank you so much again, as usual. You are very kind, and it is always very much appreciated. So thank you very much indeed for that. I do hope that you all, and also I should be raising a glass to my brother Grumpy Mike as well. Cheers, man. Oh, look at the fingerprints on that. Okay, yeah, really enjoyed those guitars, and it seems that James didn't have any trouble. Stu didn't have any trouble with his Paisley, but I know Johnny's had some issues with his Paisley. So yeah, bad go there, Johnny. And thank you again, guys. That's really kind. Bless you. Bam Mozzie said I could send you pictures of my guitar, CGS, but I don't think they're necessarily in keeping with the channel. Is that because they're too nice, Mr. Bam Mozzie? Because I think you came top of our Guitar Snobs challenge, didn't you? No, man, absolutely. There is nothing off limits. And I would absolutely love to see your collection of guitars, brother. Please send them to me. You're always here, always being a fantastic moderator. And it would be absolutely lovely. It would be a joy to show your guitars. Send them my way, bro. Definitely. Scott Guitar says, just ordered a Harley Benton CST 24 P90. That would be lovely. You've never owned a Harley, thought I'd see what the fuss is about, really looking forward to getting it. You're gonna love it, my friend. I can't guarantee, but I think you will love it. Oh, sorry, Music Therapy Lads, you were talking to somebody else and I meant to put that one up. Tony Smith says, do you think many guitar shops will reopen on the 12th of April in the UK when lockdown ends? Now, I'm not sure that the 12th of April, I think it might be when non-essential shops are reopened, and I sincerely hope so, because you'll all know that I've been absolutely can't wait to get back in and go to the guitar store in Haywards Heath that Macari's have opened up. They haven't changed the name, it's still got the name that was above it, Carousel Music, that was there when my buddy owned that store. But yeah, I want to go in there and get some footage for you guys, have a chat to all the guys in there and show you what they've got in there, because I think we really need to help these mom and pop stores to get back on their feet. But great idea. Oh, bless you, Grumpy Mike. Sorry, you can't see that, can you? He's raising the glass back at me. Cheers, man. Yeah, James just replying, reminding everybody, although I did say it in my thing, that he's peeled the stickers off now. He has peeled the stickers off now. Awesome. Okay, Bam Mozzie, I want to get a better look at that PRS in your avatar. Yeah, seriously, man. Let's find one of his comments. Oh, sorry. I missed that, Tony. I do apologise. He says, Mike, have you got a particular guitar shape you like? I like the classic Strat, Tele, Les Paul and ES335. Yeah, I'm with you on all of those. I've got a real penchant for Teles. I love the Strat and I love Super Strat shapes as well. I was never really a big fan. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I was never really that big a fan of the Les Paul shape until I started getting into the Chinese knockoffs and showing the issues with them, and latterly getting stuff from the likes of Harley Benton and Court and Vintage and all the other brands that I've played. And finally, when I played that guitar from Joshi Lack, I really found a Les Paul shape that I love. But let's be fair, you can't really beat a Tele, can you? You really can't. And Dan from Scott's Guitars has built an absolute gem there. And so I'm a big fan of the Telecaster shape. Absolutely. I was just going to try and find there we go, there's a Bam Mozzie comment. Check out that. Check out that PRS. It looks beautiful, man. I know you've got some well cool guitars, so please do share them, brother. Right. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Budget Guitar Show. That's very kind of you, Johnny. He says, a drink for you, mate. Thanks for watching my videos. You do a lot to help us smaller channels, and that should be applauded. Listen, my friend, that is my absolute joy and pleasure. This is a community, and I really, honestly, really do love this community, and that's why I show viewers guitars. That's why I try and make these week-long video specials for you guys that are part of the regular community. You really absolutely make my life that much richer, and if I can do anything at all to reciprocate that and to pay that back towards you guys, I will always do it. And I must give you one of those. And I must also raise a glass to you, Johnny. Cheers, man. That jam shed goes down just a little bit too well. So thank you for that, Johnny. Really appreciate that, man. Jamal has got a little comment for me there. He says, Texas is wide open. Well, I didn't really get really close to much. Okay. Texas in the USA is wide open. Wow, so you've got no restrictions at all. We are slowly coming out. Tomorrow we get another little smaller release. We're allowed up to 6 in our gardens, or 2 families. So it means finally that I can spend some quality time with my parents. And I think we've all missed that desperately, being able to see our loved ones and now being able to actually meet up with them in the garden as the spring starts to flourish. And actually that's one of the things today that's really weird. Usually it's dark outside, but as we've gone on to British summertime, just this morning, everything is still light out there, and it seems so weird for me to be doing my live show and being able to see out the windows. But yeah, so we unlock a little bit tomorrow, and then on the 12th of April, we unlock just a little bit more. And the great news about that is that my theatre work, my teaching work can go back to in person. So fingers crossed, if I can actually cross my fingers. I couldn't there, look at that. Then hopefully I'm going to get back to being able to do some of my work, which is really, really good. But I'm so glad, Jamel, that you're all open in Florida, sorry, in Texas, and here's to you. I think they are mostly open in Florida as well, aren't they? I saw a lot of news about spring breakers and things like that. Right, let me have a quick look what else I'm missing. I do want to get onto this other video, but at the same time, I also want to answer your questions. Oh my life, there are so many of you. Trevor Locke, Superstrats all the way. Agree with you, brother. I'm going to zip through these. Dave Lewis says, Mike, that Paisley was from Bax 132 last year, and it's a joy to play. Sounds better than the more expensive Harley Benton version. I'm going to change the pickups at some point. Dave is actually Stu. I know that's really weird, but he is. My next purchase will be a Classic Vibe telly. Ah, hello. I say, it's very nice to see you in again. Brad, the guitarologist. Lovely. You seem to be making it into all my live shows, man. That's really lovely of you to come and support, brother. Really appreciate it. And everybody's excited to see you as well. Look at that. Excellent. Tony Smith says, the Epiphone, inspired by Gibson 59 Les Pauls, unbelievably good. They keep selling out. They're difficult to find. Well, they will be. You keep getting thrown out of what used to be your favourite store. It sucks. It really sucks that everything's locked down, man. It really does. But hey, you know what? I think that it kind of gives us, even if we, let me say something, even if we don't agree entirely with the way the governments are dealing with these things, one thing it has done, I think, for everybody, is it's made us all appreciate how much our liberty means to us. And I think that governments should be really, really careful when they take away any liberties like this. So I totally hear where you're coming from, man. But you'll get back into that store real soon. Let me see, what do we got? We've also got Texas is open. Can't go to watch the Ashes in Australia in the coming winter. No, that's a bit of a shame, man. Some people have been doing theatre work in this entire time. Really? Oh my life. That must be in the States. I've not been able to do any, man. And that's my... oh, excuse me. That's my main income, Brad. So... yeah, I've really been struggling, brother. So it'll be good to get back to that. Great Vanzini's in, been lurking. Well, lurk no longer, my friend. Lurk no longer. And I've caught up. How about that? I've caught up with all your comments. That's really, really cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Brad, I will take that comment and I will respond to it because I think it's important. He thinks it'll open a few eyes, but the level of conformity has been disappointing. I think in lots of respects, brother, that there has been a real disparity between, in the UK, I don't know what's happened in the States, I assume it might be similar, but in the UK there's been a pretty significant disparity between the young, it seems, and the old, initially at least. I think as things have gone on and they've realised that actually, you know, it could affect their families and grandparents and things like that, yeah, I think they've kind of conformed a bit more. But conformity's not always the best policy, and I don't need to tell Brad the guitarologist that, do I? That's cool. Oh, sorry. Okay, theatre work was tongue-in-cheek, you can still do it, but you need a government job. Yeah, you're probably right, man. I saw that link you sent through to the pictures, the video of Biden where his hand goes in front of the mic. It's just it was like, what? Really? Okay. Well, I'll take that, but weird, wasn't it? Very, very weird. Okay, now, let me see. We got 66 of you in, 43 likes. What am I going to do? I want to show the other video. We're at the hour at the minute, and this works out just about perfectly. So let me see just another 2 likes. Let me see 45 likes, and we will dive on in to our main feature tonight, which is the big reveal of the AMP challenge. That's all I need. 2 more likes, and I know that I'm about 30 seconds behind you, so I'm gonna have another little sip of my wine while I wait for those 2 more likes. There's one of them. And then we will dive in and see the big reveal. It was so weird because so many of you didn't guess, and so many of you did. There we go. 46 likes, 68 of you in. Let's do this thing. Where am I going? There am I going. I don't have green screening, Brad. This isn't green screen. This is real. Honestly, look. I can walk right back here and go, hey. Yeah, I don't do any green screening, man. Right, let's do this. Let's go over and see your results. Let's find out what was what this week on this week-long subscriber special. Okay, let's start tonight by looking at the survey that we took a week ago. There were 429 votes. 5 of you voted for solid state, 10% for modeler, and 23% for a tube amp. And 63% of you, very wisely, went with tone. Let's have a look at a few of your comments. Darth Sensei said, tubes equals tone. I'd take a 5-watt champ over a 100-watt model amp any day of the year. Ian Vincent said tone is the most important thing, but having said that, having gone digital, I can't see myself going back to tubes. I still have a nice tube amp I'd love to use. My neighbours, however, wouldn't be happy if I played it regularly at volume loud enough to get the tubes hot. Well, there you go. That's another issue, of course. Sion Jones says tubes for tone and their harmonic distortion, saying that it's a treat for me to get my DSL and haul its heavy ass out to play. You can't beat the dynamics of a tube amp and a large speaker, so most of the time I use my TR30II. Small, light, convenient, powerful, and oodles of tonal possibilities. Both have advantages and disadvantages. That's fairly balanced. True Shack says tone is most important, but I voted tubes because they give me the best chance of getting the tone I'm after. Well, we'll see tonight if you've actually chosen the tube amp. And XMG12, whatever works for you in the moment. There's no consistent and final definition of tone. There's no perfect amp because what you love tonight will be missing something tomorrow. That's why we end up amassing so much gear. That's why we end up amassing so much gear. Tone isn't player specific, it's a state of mind, mood specific that alters constantly. You can't bottle lightning. And I think on that we've got quite a few more comments there, but I would like to leave it at that and show you some of the comments from the video that went up on Tuesday. Okay, first thing I will say is that I did pin this comment to explain why I was being fair with these amps and the reason that I decided to go with flat EQ and as just slightly off center but close mic'd position for the recording, and I proved it with my second video. The reason that I did this was because it's the only way that it doesn't take my dialing in of the tone into comparison or into consideration. So a lot of people saying that A is the Engel, B is the Katana, and just as many people saying that A is the Katana, B is the Engel. I did try to reply to as many as I possibly could, and there were some very, very good comments. And one of the ones that made me laugh was Jules666. He says, I haven't a clue which tone was which amp, so I'm going to say you're being crafty and that A was a mixture of the Katana and Engel and B was actually your pocket pod. Now that would have been fun to do. Serious though, he preferred the tone of amp A. It was beefier and richer, so he'll take a guess that that's the angle. And there we go. See, confirmation bias a little bit there. That A was the angle because he liked the tone better. And of course I said, LMAO, I wouldn't do that to you, buddy. So yeah, there's a probably even number of people that thought A was the katana and B was the angle, and even number of people that thought A was the angle and B was the katana. Well, let's do the big reveal. Here is what they were. Unbelievably, for both Tuesday and Friday videos and the extra video that I put in, amp A was indeed the katana, and amp B, all the way through all the videos, was the angle. So there you go. Was that what you were expecting? Is that what you wanted to hear? We'll discuss it right now. So there you go. Did you guess right? And while I've been in there watching that, it was lovely to see my wonderful brother, Mr. Steve from Boston, Mr. Pixie Licks. Don't make me come over there. Don't you make me come over there. He's joined us, and so has Janice Lala. How you doing, sweetie? I didn't intentionally miss your comment, I promise. I did see I was getting a bit of stick there. But great to see you guys. Really, really good to see you guys in. So, there it is. There was so much controversy. I need to qualify some of what I did because I was very, very careful to take that E906 mic, of which I have two, and to make sure that I put them just off center on the cab to get a decent-ish off-center cone tone. But I was also right up close. I was within about, I suppose, about half an inch. But the tricky bits, let me tell you, right? And it was really tricky to be partisan on that. First of all, I chose flat EQ because that means that I wasn't affecting the tone at all. That was the default EQ from the manufacturers. Second thing is, biggest problem was that the speakers will influence stuff. Obviously, an Engel cab would have sounded a lot different to the vintage 30s. I also think that the vintage 30s in the Harley Benton cab were really distinctive. And the Wazza was a 100-watt speaker versus a 30-watt vintage 30. So, you know, there we go. It is tricky to get that. I did level the volumes so that both amps were moving the same amount of air, which I think was fair as well. Now, a lot of you changed your opinion when I put up the second private video or unlisted video with the second distorted chug tones. And what I did there was, in fact, I've got to show you this thing, if I can get it, excuse me. I put the katana into its direct recording output, so we weren't actually miking up the speaker, and I used the Engel cab loader for the Engel speaker, and I chose the Engel Tuba 12, and I put it exactly the same, a little bit off center and just a tiny little bit distance. So when you heard the second tone test where I did dial in the tones, you were hearing the direct tones, and that makes a big difference. So there we go. A very close mic also makes a big difference because, as I was saying, usually if I was miking a guitar cab up, I would put a 57 somewhere near the cone, either a ribbon or a condenser mic towards the outer edge of the cone, and I would also have a room mic just a few feet away from the cab, and I'd mix the three to get that real true in the room tone. So yeah, that was really tricky, but I thought it was the fairest way. I got a lot of flack. I really got a lot of flack. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys have to say. I'm gonna dive back over to the comments. Oh, hello, sorry about that. I keep doing that, don't I? Let me see. Okay, that's a good one as well. One thing to take a lot into account is the weight of an amp, or the weight of the cabinet that the amp is in. Lamb saying hello to Steve from Boston and Brad. What about the software? I use Guitar Rig 5 and THX, brilliant for late night playing. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I absolutely have got a video coming up with Guitar Rig 5. So let me see. Grumpy Mike says, prove that my life won't be complete until I have a Fireball 25. You did like that, didn't you? Gary said the thing that sealed the deal for me was because you could hear the tube break up on the Angle Clean during the demo. You were absolutely spot on, brother. You were so right. Absolutely. Yeah, William De Silva wants a Fireball as well. I have to say, I think that both amps had incredible character. Now, I think it goes back to the same thing. What I really wanted this series this week to show, or at least to highlight, was that most tone is subjective. And as you all voted, or 492 of you voted, in my little poll, the main thing, 62% of people said it doesn't matter whether it's a tube or a solid state or a modeler, it's the tone that counts. And I would say that it was really, really 50-50. Or very close to it. Maybe, I think a few more actually guessed right than maybe guessed the wrong way round. But it changed completely when we went to the second tone test on the Chug tone test. So, you know, I think the important thing to take away from this is both those amps are lovely little amps. And both of them I would use in different circumstances. I'd love to redo the test with some real good, you know, room mics and maybe a condenser as well as a 57 on it instead of just the E906. But yeah, I think that hopefully it has gone to show you guys that the best sounds often come from these, and also from the state of mind that it comes from the heart, doesn't it? Tone, when you do a tone test like that and it's very rigid and very set, and I did it through the Ditto Looper, the TC Electronics Ditto Looper, so I was playing the same thing. It really does come down to personal preference. So I'm going to pop back over and see what you guys are saying here. Oh, Lamb, bless you. Thank you, my friend. That is really kind. He says, EQ's a wonderful thing. I've no doubt both amps can be made to sound tremendous in skilled hands. Great vids. Well, thank you, brother. Let me give you one of those and let me raise my glass to you. Cheers, brother. Oh, you guys with your super chats are making me drink far too much. I did see Craig Pass in. Hey, Craig Pass, good to see you, man. With your Parsec guitar. Yeah, thanks, Lamb, so much, brother. That is really, really kind. Never courted, but always appreciated. Yes, Steve, you're right, man. Where's that comment gone back from Steve? The software is just getting really, really good. You're absolutely right. And that is one of the things that I was going to do with this as well. I think, Steve, you already got it. Have you tried? You have, haven't you? The Guitar Rig 5 Max. Now, I've been noodling around with that all this week, and it's another video that I've got to make. And some of those amps just sound so much like the real thing. It's unbelievable. Although, I have to say, we do have Brad, the guitarologist, in, and he is renowned for fixing and sorting out valve amps, and yeah, I do get the feel and the vibe and the mojo of valve amps. I do understand that, but yeah, these modelers, they're getting so good. They are getting so good. You can really struggle to tell the difference. Grumpy Mike said it should be noted that there's a difference between recorded tone as opposed to the live sound in the room. You are absolutely right, brother. And that was my big list that I've got on the floor here was really for me to sort of level that playing field a bit. But what I really wanted to try and do with this test was to flatten off the EQs, to put the mics in the exact same position on the speakers and really give these these amps an opportunity to show what they sound like in their default state from the factory. Now, if they're not tuned correctly from the factory, so that when everything's at 12 o'clock, it's how they intend it to be, with you then just going and tweaking little bits that you feel fit your guitar or the space that you're playing in, because that's why there is EQ on an amp after all. It's to fit the space you're playing in. Some of the best amps ever just have a volume control. So, you know, that was my way of leveling the playing field. I don't make any apologies for it. I know I got some flack for it, but I think it was the only fair way, because otherwise it was just a judgment of my opinion and my ability to dial in a tone. So really good point, Grumpy Mike. Really good point. Something basic. Why do so many manufacturers ship guitars with such poor quality strings? Money. That's all it is, Tony. Mike, you need a couple of the new Harley Benton platforms. Yeah, I saw that over on Andy's channel. Yeah, they was a really good test, wasn't it? Hey, Craig! You said hello back to me. That's a while back. Yeah, you'll always know in the room. That's a really good point, Brad. You do. You really kind of feel it more in the room. And when you're a player, you feel it in your fingers as well. Although, I have to say, I love this Katana. Orbus Band says, Aaron, sorry brother, why would I call you Orbus Band? All the solid state and modelers sound great. The volume and especially headroom for pedals is the real reason I use Tube Amp Live. At home just jamming fun, I'll use whatever. Really, really good point, brother. That is a really good point. When it comes to playing at home, it really is, it's horses for courses, isn't it? If you're out and you're gigging at say you're Phil X and you're gigging with Bon Jovi at a stadium, actually that's a really, really bad example, because Phil X has his cab in an ISO box underneath the stage, and he actually has to put an X on the stage in tape to stand in the right position to get feedback from his guitar, because basically what they're doing is they're taking that mic'd up tone, they're pushing it out nice and loud out the front. But when you go on a professional touring stage, the volume level on stage these days is incredibly low, even before in-ear monitors. With in-ear monitors, there really is not a lot of reason to have any volume on stage these days. So it was a bad example, but if you were going out with say you're going out with a three-piece, you're in the Hendrix mode, and you've got a bass player with a big old Ampeg, and you've got a live drummer with a massive kit, and that bashes the living daylights out of the kit, and you put your Marshall stack on the stage, that's going to cut through, that's going to really move some air, and that's where a tube amp really makes a difference. The thing with the technology these days is it's moved on so far that we have this ability to keep things really quiet, to go for in-ear monitors and the modelers, and even, you know, that Katana, I have to say, let me get the, there we go. I do like that Katana. I love it nearly as much as I love that Engel. In fact, I would say I would find it really difficult to put a fag paper between them. I think they're both lovely amps. And what's more, let's make something really, really clear here. There is no judgment at all for anybody that didn't choose the right amp. The main important thing was, and what I asked you most of all, was which tone did you like the best? Because if you love the tone, it's going to make you go back and play. And it's going to make you play things, and it's going to inspire you to write, it's going to inspire you to practice, it's going to inspire you to come up with riffs. And that's the main thing. At the end of the piece, there's a lot of marketing jargon that goes on in our business and our industry. And actually, it's actually not that important. The most important thing is that you find it, it's the same with the guitar. You find a guitar you love that feels great, that you want to play all the time, and you find an amp that you plug in and it's like the tone is just there. And that's what we all really need. So yeah, I'm sorry, I rambled on that. But I love my brother Aaron, and I had to give him a long answer. So, Grumpy Mike loves his Katana too. There you go. I love my Katana. I do. I love both those amps. Okay, guys, now let me see how we're doing. 20 past. We're really getting there now, aren't we? We are really getting there. Ah, Michel, great to see you, brother. There he is. But I like judging people for their choices. Oh, I've missed you so much, dude. I really have. I had a little FaceTime chat with Henning earlier in the week, and oh, mate, let's keep our fingers crossed for Gear Street this year. Seriously, I miss you guys. I've got to see you guys. So it's lovely to see you in, man. Really lovely to see you in. And right at the end, just as I'm about to start wrapping up, because I did promise you all, as always, that I make these shows between 30 minutes and an hour. And we've had a real good time tonight. I think there's been some incredible points made on the comments, on the chat. And I also think that there's been a few surprises. A few of you, it turned out that it wasn't quite the amp that you thought it was, but it doesn't matter. As I was saying, the most important thing here, guys, is that you find a tone that you like the best. And when you found that tone, you stick with it. And the same with the guitar. Find a guitar like this one that Dan built at Scott's Guitars that I absolutely adore playing. And you find an amp that suits your style and suits your playing, and you stick with it. And everything else will fall into place. I really hope you've enjoyed this tonight, guys. I am gonna dip on out now because I've got about 12 minutes. I will take one more question because I've just seen another comment there. Tony Smith says, Mike, I've been impressed by Indian Laurel as a rosewood substitute. It looks and feels like rosewood to me. I'm not sure that I've played the Indian Laurel. Oh yeah, Studio Shamil. 42 Gear Street all the way, brother. Can't wait to see you. Yeah, I probably have. There's all sorts of names for all sorts of woods and all sorts of composites at the moment. And at the end of the piece, again, it's really subjective. Play what you like. Play what you like. Really. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. James Mears saying cheers. Brad, bless you, man. Lovely to see you in. Great show as always. Bless you. Grumpy Mike says he wouldn't mind 90 minutes, just saying, I made a promise, dude. I don't break my promises. Paul King says, great live again. Well, on that note, guys, it's been great hanging with you lot, and I really hope you have a good week. Janice, love you lots. Well, love you all lots, but Janice, I forgot to say hello to, apparently, even though she typed in @CGS, so I do apologise. Thanks very much to Stu and to James, who sent in their viewers' guitars. If you want to be featured on viewers' guitars, send me an email, chinaguitarskeptic@gmail.com. Fire those pictures and a little bit of a description of them through to me, and I will feature you on the show, because this is all about community. It's a great community. Okay. Thank you, Dale. Great show. Yetimatsu Nightcat, Guitar Hack, have a great weekend. Lamb, cheers. Well, guys, can't wait for next week. Got loads of great stuff coming up. Got a new unboxing coming up. Got 2 guitars, 2 real nice custom guitars to show you this week. Tall Thin Kev, take care. And yeah, can't wait to get back to it. Can't wait to see you all on the next one. Thank you, Great Vanzini. Thank you, everybody. You all take really good care.